In these uncertain economic times, it's easy to be worried about protecting your wealth, your hard-earned savings, and your family's financial future. Plunging interest rates, the devaluating dollar, and political unrest constantly threaten what you have worked hard to earn and all that you own. That's why now it's more important than ever to protect your assets and have the money you need to make your dreams come true. Welcome to the Global Wealth Fortress Report with successful global entrepreneur and wealth preservation expert Joel Nagel. Joel's helped thousands of people just like you protect what you have so that you can make even more and make your every dream come true. So, sit back and enjoy Joel Nagel's offshore expert advice on how you can live the good life at a great price, where the sun never sets on your financial fortress.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Global Wealth Fortress Report. I'm Joel Nagel and I'm coming to you today from beautiful, sunny San Pedro, Ambergris Caye, Belize. Now I know you're going to say, but Joel, in yesterday's issue you were coming to us from Vienna, Austria. In fact, that's true. I left Vienna. It's been a few days now since I left. I snuck out right as late fall winter weather was descending on Austria to come here to beautiful Belize. I was able to travel again despite all of the travel lockdowns and prohibitions. I traveled from Vienna, Austria to Munich, Germany. Had no issues in Germany whatsoever. From Germany, I flew to Washington, D.C., where again, I believe I was asked to fill out a questionnaire, the coronavirus questionnaire, but took an extra 2 minutes. The plane was again virtually empty, coming from Europe to the States. My flight from Washington, D.C. to Pittsburgh was very uneventful again. Maybe the plane was about half full. They've taken away most of the flights, but the few flights that are left are, they're running half to two-thirds. Spent a couple days in my hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I had to get a coronavirus test, among other things. Fortunately, I got a negative test. And then after 2 days in Pittsburgh, boarded a plane and came down here. Now, I'm staying at a beautiful resort. You can see it's, if you want to look at it online, it's called Bayman Gardens. And it's a really wonderful resort here. There's, again, virtually no people. As part of my entry requirements, I'm required to stay on this property for 10 days. So I'm going to be catching up on some work, broadcasting these programs and making phone calls and things like that. And I believe next Tuesday I'll be freed from my requirement that I stay here at this resort. Anyways, it's not a terrible place to be, as you can see. Have one of the largest, in fact I believe they say it's the largest swimming pool in Ambergris Caye, the main tourist island in Belize. They have wonderful people that work here, wonderful maids and cooks and bartenders. There's tennis courts. There's really whatever you'd like to do. Now, if you come as a tourist, you can avoid the 10-day requirement, but you're then limited to staying only within what are called Gold Star facilities. So if you come as a tourist, you don't have to quarantine 10 days. You can only stay at a Gold Star facility, which Bayman Gardens is one. You can only go to other Gold Star facilities, whether it's if you want to go out to lunch or dinner or something like that. Same thing with diving. If you want to go diving, snorkeling, fishing, you can only go with operators that have the Gold Star. So because I want to be able to move around a little bit more with business people and travel outside that Gold Star network, I am going through the 10-day quarantine. But if you decide you want to come here for a holiday this fall or winter, you can basically come as long as you, in fact, you don't even need to get a coronavirus test anymore. You can, it facilitates things, it makes it a little bit easier. But if you come without a coronavirus test, you can get one at the airport upon arrival. It costs $50, takes about 30 minutes to get the results. Now, the only thing negative about that is if you test positive on that test, then you have to go to a special hotel in Belize City that's set up to be a quarantine hotel, and you have to basically just stay there for 2 straight weeks, which, that might not fit a lot of people who are on vacation in terms of what they'd like to do. So my recommendation would be get your negative coronavirus test before you leave. You have to get it within 72 hours of travel. You can get that through your local hospital, family practice office. Some pharmacies now more and more are starting to offer the service as well. So bring your negative coronavirus test, then you can stay at a Gold Star facility. You don't have to worry about quarantining. I can tell you that you'll be treated like royalty. If you come to Belize right now, obviously their country is very dependent on tourism, and the tourist numbers are obviously way down. So come here, enjoy the sunshine. As you can see, it's a beautiful day here. It's probably going to be in the low to mid 80s. There's a nice breeze off the ocean. Really nothing to complain about. So over the next few days, I'm going to be talking about all of the advantages that Belize has as a jurisdiction, whether it's for retirement, investment, asset protection, creating corporate structures. I'm just going to go one by one through these advantages. Also have some other folks here that I think you'd like to meet. My longtime business partner and CEO of ECI Development, Mike Cobb, is here, staying at the same resort, so I'm going to grab him one day and we'll talk a little bit about his company, which is a regional Central American company, and why he chose to domicile that company here in Belize. So you get some first-hand accounts of why Belize is a good jurisdiction. So on that note, I know today was a bit of a introductory presentation. As I mentioned, I will be broadcasting here for the next week or so, giving you a lot of in-depth information about Belize. Some of the compendium articles, I'll make sure accompany these videos, will also focus on Belize. We're still talking about our residency and citizenship themes as well, which are, I will definitely talk about Belize's options, but we'll talk about some of the other countries that are out there within this region. So we'll talk about Central America, we'll talk a little bit about the Caribbean, some of the programs that you can access there as well. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I hope you'll join me again tomorrow. Until then, I want to wish you health, I want to wish you happiness, and I want to wish you a wealth that cannot be taken by others. Until then, see you tomorrow.
Thanks for joining Joel Nagel and the Global Wealth Fortress Report, a whole new approach to asset protection and estate planning, so that now you can live the good life at a great price, where the sun never sets on your financial fortress.